I'm running stealthily.
Oh, so your shoes, they're on your shoulder.
I am. You see, I figured that they kind of hurt my feet a little bit, so I wanted to go with the flip-flops.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what if you get hungry? I mean, we might be running for a while.
Running for a while, really? I don't know. But I do have, I have peanut butter.
Okay, but you need something to wash it down with. Water would be great. Do you have any water?
I do. What do you use for water?
I use this.
Oh.
See?
Is that
Fancy
enough?
runner water bottle? Yep.
I heard you get really thirsty, though, when you run.
Yeah?
So I brought this.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Do you think I'm ready to run?
Sure. Yeah. Ready.
Will I make my, I don't have anything, I don't have any of these.
Okay.
How do I get those?
Well, to get those, you have to run a race.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Amy.
And I'm Jen.
And this
Is More Than a Run! You are probably wondering, what am I watching? What is More Than a Run and what is happening? Well, I'm excited to share with you, we're excited to share with you, this new show of More Than a Run as we prepare for the first ever Kids Clubhouse 5K. There will be 5 other episodes coming your way. They'll come every Monday as we prepare for the 5K of teaching us about growing as a runner, growing in our faith skills, learning more about God and each other. And I have to ask Amy, what are you doing?
I am committed, Jen.
You're committed.
So committed. Getting ready, warming up, committed.
Committed. You're using the word committed a lot.
So committed.
Do you know what committed means?
No.
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 Well,
Yes, I do.
Well, do you know the Kids Clubhouse version of committed?
Tell me.
Okay. Well, Committed is going to be our life app that we're learning about in May. Life apps are things that God does in us to change the world around us. And each month in Kids Clubhouse, we learn a new one. We've learned about kindness, patience. We're learning about peace right now. But in May, we're learning about commitment. And commitment is making a plan and putting it into practice. And it seems, as someone who loves to run, that you have made plans, put them into practice, and have stayed committed for years as it's come to running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to be ready, Jen.
You gotta be ready. Has there been any runs or races that stand out to you?
Yeah, so there's this one time I ran a marathon. That was really far. That was a lot of running. And then there was this other time I started in Canada and ended up in America. I ran in 2 places at one time, and that was really cool. But honestly, Jen, the best runs and races I've ever had is when it's more than a run.
Huh, what do you mean by that?
Meaning, it's not just about being fast, crossing finish lines, but it's more than that. There was this one time that I was feeling pretty down on myself, kind of sad, and so I decided this is a great day for a run. And I went outside, and the skies were blue, and the birds were chirping, and I had some really good time with God. I prayed to Him, I had some peace, and I really felt like it wasn't just me being faster, but I was growing as a person.
That's a chance where it was definitely more than a run. But there
Yes.
was something deeper behind it.
Yes.
So it makes me wonder if there's something that could be linked between our faith journey and running.
Yeah, well, and that makes me think. I think that we need to know more.
Okay.
And you know what that means.
I do know what that means. This is the part of the show we're very excited about, where we chat with someone who knows stuff that will help us dig deeper into some of these faith skills to make a connection between faith and running. And I have someone who's going to kick off this series who I think you're going to love.
Tell me, who is it?
All right, I'm going to give you some clues and see
Okay.
if you can figure it out.
Okay.
All right. So this person is always up for a challenge.
I don't know who it is.
Okay. This person is always up for not just new adventures, but kind of crazy adventures.
Okay, I have a few people in mind, but still
Okay.
not sure.
All right. This person has been known to say, go big or go home.
I might know. Can you give me one more clue?
One more clue. Okay.
Okay.
This person loves Storehouse, even loves Kids Clubhouse, loves the community, and is just amazing.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
All right. Let's see.
Do you know who you're talking about?
You know, can you guys guess? No. Let's see if you're right. Ready? Here we go. Welcome, JR! It is so great to see you.
Hey guys, it's good to see you too.
Well, welcome to the section of the show of The More You Know with Someone You Know. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you know about faith and running?
Wow. Well, hey, first, thanks for letting me spend some time with you guys. And my name is J.R. Rushik. I'm the founding and former lead pastor of Storehouse Church. Just love the Storehouse family. They are my favorite people in the whole world. And one of my favorite things to do is to walk down the kids' clubhouse hallway, because of those favorite people, the kids' clubhouse kids are my absolute favorite. Woo! And so excited for what God's doing at the church, and especially with this race coming up. So I hear you guys are doing a race on May 19th.
Yep.
And it's 5Ks.
Yes.
So what do? You set Ks out in the field?
Yes.
It's like an Easter egg hunt?
Exactly, like the Easter egg hunt.
All right. Well, I do know a thing or two about running. Just to prepare, I brought my running shoes for today, because I know that if you're going to run, you got to have the right things on your feet. Yes. So that's important to know. In fact, I learned that lesson the hard way, Jen.
Oh, really? What happened?
Yeah. You wouldn't believe it, but one time we went on a family vacation to a place. You probably haven't heard of this place. It's a small little place in Florida called Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And there's a mouse and rides and people and things like that. But anyway, at the end of our vacation, we were running late and we got to the airport, and there was a huge line at the ticket and then at security. And when we finally got through, we were late to get to the gate.
Oh, no.
Well, what I didn't know was how far the gate was. And so I had the whole family. And if you've ever traveled with your family, they know how to bring stuff with them. So I had about 5 suitcases, one on each shoulder, one on my back. I had one on my head. I had one between my legs and 2 under my arms. It was crazy. And guess what I was wearing, Jen?
I'm guessing not running shoes.
Not running shoes. I had flip-flops on.
Oh.
So I ran and ran and ran, and I was sweating, and the bags were knocking me all over the place. And we finally got to what we thought was our gate, and we were all high-fiving.
And it wasn't your gate?
It wasn't our gate.
Did you still
and
have
I thought to myself, so it reminded me of a Bible passage.
Ooh.
Yes. In Hebrews 12, it says, since we're surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, that's like people who've gone before us. It says this, let us throw off everything that hinders and entangles us so we can run the race with perseverance.
Huh.
And I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could throw all these bags and just run? Yeah. And I thought about the ways that in life, that sometimes you get stuff tangled up all around you and you get tied down and you're not able to run the way God called you to run. And I think that that's some of the stuff we're going to talk about as we prepare for this race. It's more than just getting to the finish line. It has to do with understanding who we are, how God made us, understanding how to love other people, understanding who God is and what he has for our life. And in that, I think there'll be some things that we learned, like we put on, like proper running shoes, but of faith. And there'll be things that we take off, maybe bad attitudes or thoughts that don't honor God, or even words that we could take those and set them aside and say, you know what, I only want to do the things that will help me run the race God has for me. Yeah. So I was just thinking about all that, but guess what? I was still at the wrong gate. So we had to pick all our stuff up and keep running, and we kept running and running and running, and finally we got there. And there's another verse that says, you were running a good race. It's in Galatians 5 that says, but who cut in on you to keep you from obeying the truth? And the idea there is that, like, sometimes in life you can get distracted from what's truly important. So that's one lesson I learned about racing. And I'm so excited you guys are doing this 5K, because I know that there's so much we can learn about running the race. Yeah. So if we have time, I want to, can I share one other thing I learned?
Yes, one other thing. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, this is going to be a test for you guys. So, Amy, this is a question for you. I'm going to put you on the test. I'm going to ask you to be a Bible scholar. So I'm just going to see, hey, kids, I'm going to see how smart your kids' clubhouse leaders are. So I'm going to say a Bible character, and I'm going to see if Amy knows who it is. You ready?
I think so. I don't know. I'm a little nervous now, JR.
You got your scholar hat on?
On. Ready.
All right. The Bible character is a guy by the name of Goliath.
Mhm.
You know who that is?
Oh yeah, he's pretty big, like me, like my muscles.
All right. What was Goliath?
A giant.
He was a giant. So listen, I know of this race called a Goliathon.
Oh, I have heard of that.
Yes, it's a big, scary race. And guess what? The point of this race wasn't to finish first by yourself. There was a different point, a different purpose. You know what it was?
I actually don't. I've only ever heard of it.
Well, it's one of those races with the obstacles, and you climb the wall, and you jump in the mud, and you go through all this stuff. You're running, and you're climbing, and you're splashing, but the big point of the Goliathon and those types of races is not that you just win by yourself. It's that you win as a team. You finish as a team.
Huh.
Now that's interesting, isn't it? A lot of races we think, oh, it's all about me.
Yeah.
I got to get across the finish line. But in the race of life, the race that God has for us to run, it's not about us being first. It's about us coming across the finish line together.
Yes.
And I wonder if you're going to learn about how we are in this together as you prepare for this 5K.
Yeah.
I'm sure God wants us to know how to be kind to one another and serve one another and just encourage one another.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because not all races have the goal of being first to the finish line.
Yeah.
Many races have the goal of crossing the line together.
Yes. Yeah.
So I thought of one of my favorite verses that actually, when I was a kids clubhouse age, I underlined it in my Bible for the first time. Now, you know, that's an old verse. It's from the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verses 30 and 31. And it says, even youths, which is like even young people. In fact, one of my translations says, even kids, clubhouse kids, grows tired and weary. But those who hope in the Lord, he will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. Now, you notice what's interesting about that verse? It's not even I grow tired and weary, and I stumble and fall. It's we, even kids, clubhouse kids, even young people, and God will renew our strength. We will run and not grow weary. So I'm so excited about this race because I do believe it's going to help us learn about God's love for us, but also how to love and encourage one another. So those are a few things I know about running. The other thing I know is you should have a healthy diet. So I brought a banana today. All right.
That's
so I'm going to eat that in preparation. I'm going to just slice it up. I'm going to eat one slice a day until May 19th. And I'll be pumped because someone said bananas are good for running. All right. So here's what I'm fired up about. This 5K, May 19th. Please tell me, how do I sign up?
It's easy. Just go to storehouse.com/5K. There's lots of information there. You can sign up, and then we will add you to our private Facebook group where there will be more things coming out. They're going to be exciting. We'll add videos, fun tidbits, and good ways to train. So sign up.
Awesome. Now, how much? Everything comes at a cost. How much does it cost to run this race?
This race, and well, it's free. However, the cost is, or like your entry fee is actually a donation for Norristown Hospitality Center. So one of the life skills or faith skills we're going to be learning about is that we don't just keep things to ourselves. We want to be able to give things away and to love others. And so Norristown Hospitality Center serves the homeless of Norristown, and they have given us a list of things that they really need right now. And so that list will be on the storehousechurch.com/5K page, and you can look at it. gather some of the items, one item. If you forget, grab something from your house that day that matches the item on the list. And then that's what you bring. You can start those donations the week of May 10th, and you can drop them off at the church, or bring them the day of the race, of course. And we'll be doing that. But we're going to just take a huge blessing for Norristown Hospitality Center.
Awesome. Now I'm super pumped. I'm actually stretching. Right now, getting ready. What else can I do besides stretch and eat bananas to train for this race?
Well, kind of like Amy said, if you sign up, we're going to add you to our Facebook group. And each week on Mondays, we'll be releasing videos like this that will give you some tips for the week, both for your physical training as well as some faith skills for you to do. And the first one's actually, I'm just going to give a little sneak peek. The first one's going to be about how to set a plan to run. So if you're watching this thinking, oh my word, I have to put it all together right now, take a breath. Next Monday, we're going to be challenging you to actually set the plan for how you're going to train for this race. And then you're going to tell us about how you do those skills. So you're going to drop it in the Facebook group, send me an email and say, hey, Jen, we set our plan together. And when you do that, we're going to put your name in a drawing for some grand prizes that we'll have the day of the race. And every time you do a skill, every time you do the challenge and you let us know or post it on the Facebook group, you'll keep adding your entries in. So the more you do, the more opportunities you have for some grand prizes that will draw the day of the race.
I just realized something. This is a kids clubhouse thing. Is it something that I can do, or is it just for kids?
It is not just for kids. We are inviting everyone to join us. So Kids Clubhouse is kind of, hosting it, but we're getting Soma and Ignite involved, and we're opening this up to all of Storehouse, all adults, all throughout wherever you are, because we also have a virtual option to run.
What? Wait, that means that even though I'm down in Maryland, I can still join?
That's exactly right.
Oh, and my friend who lives in Florida, can he run?
He can. Yep.
Oh, and my grandma who lives in upstate New York, can she run?
Yes.
She's 98 years old. How's she going to do that?
Run. She could walk. She could tiptoe. She could be pushed. I don't want to assume, but if she's in a wheelchair, she can be pushed for the 5K. So it's just about doing the race and learning those skills along the way. So anyone can do it. You can do it virtually. Even if you live in this area and you're not comfortable quite yet with the crowd, no big deal. Do the 5K on your own. You could do it with your family. You could do it with your friends. You could do it by yourself. The point is just growing physically and about who you are, and then growing in your faith journey as well.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. I'm excited. And if you need any more help, if you need any more advice, I'm here.
Thank you. We totally appreciate everything. And so the first step that our challenge this week is just to sign up for the 5K. So go to storehousechurch.com/5K, sign up. That will get you your first entry into the grand prizes. And if you get others to join you and they mention you in the comments, you'll get a second entry towards the grand prize. So that's our challenge for this week.
Excellent. I'm signing up right now. Just going in. Oh, there it is. I'm in. I'm going for the grand prize. Thank you so much, guys.
You're so welcome. Thanks, JR.
Don't forget your sneakers.
Oh, yeah. Got them.
Hey, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the first episode of More Than a Run. Go to storehousechurch.com/5K and sign up today. We'll see you next Monday for the next episode. Have a great week.